Safety was the lead topic today on Valley News Now's Great Outdoors segment. North Dakota Game and Fish and Wildlife's Doug Lear says to be aware of current burn restrictions. Make sure your chains aren't dragging when you're hauling boats, campers, or trailers. Don't park or drive on dry grass because of how dry it is right now. And never leave campfires unattended. Make sure when you leave they are completely extinguished. If you're going hunting, just again, be extra mindful of those dry conditions.
Campfires, the open stove cooking, cigarettes, all that stuff. The best advice we can give to you is be overly cautious. Be more cautious than you've ever been before when you're heading outdoors, because man, after what happened last weekend, we don't need a repeat, that's for sure.
To watch our full episode with Doug, visit valleynewslive.com. Click the Valley News Now tab.